Hey everyone, I'm Vincent, a master's student at King's College London Business School. I'm currently doing some research on behavioral finance, which is quite fantastic. This is the very first video of the channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about three things. First, why do I start this channel? Second, what is behavioral finance? And third, a very interesting piece of research. First things first, why do I start this channel? Professor Richard Thaler said, economics is a theory for everyone, not just experts. So I think, why don't I share my knowledge in economics with everyone? The second reason is that talking with people about your research is part of job in academics. To better prepare me for future study or career, I decided to start from now to talk with people on YouTube about this fantastic subject. In this channel, I'm going to talk mainly about finance, especially behavioral finance, and some interesting research. So, what is behavioral finance? If you look for a definition from Wikipedia, here's the one. But today, let me introduce in very plain English. In finance, especially traditional finance, is a world of numbers, models, or functions. All these models are based on one important assumption that investors are rational, which means that they can make reasonable decisions on buying or selling assets based on available information. In another word, they act like robots. However, is that also the case in real life? Surely not. So, here's the behavioral finance. Behavioral finance allows people to have emotion. It means that in the world of behavioral finance, it's more like the world we live in our real life. So, it might explain the world in a better way. Also, here's something interesting. Behavioral finance can help you avoid being stupid. For example, have you heard a term called hot hand fallacy? Let me explain this. If you see a player on the court shoot like 5 balls in a run, what outcome do you expect to have in his or her next shoot? Of course, you will think that he or she will ace it, right? But we all know that is not always the case. In this process, hot hand fallacy emerges. After observing a sequence of successes, you would expect the next one will be success, right? But you shouldn't if you are rational. See, behavioral finance help you avoid being stupid, right? Of course, there are more theories in behavioral finance, but we will save them for the later videos. Okay, let's talk about research. If you are not interested in research or academics, you can just skip this and receive my warm goodbye. I'll just pause for a second. Hello, are you still there? Great, let's talk about research. Today I'm going to share one piece of interesting research about the relationship between weather and the stock markets. If you are familiar with anything about finance or stock markets, you might think that stock prices are related to like so-called fundamentals. For example, the cash flows of the company. Why is it related to weather? That sounds strange, right? David Schleifer and Tyler Shumway conducted research in 2003. They studied the relationship between the weather in the city of national leading stock exchanges and stock market index returns in 26 countries from 1982 to 1997, which is a quite long period. What do they find in their research? They argue that morning sunshine would uplift traders' mood, so they will evaluate future more optimistically. With this optimism, the traders will tend to go long for the stock, so the stock prices are lifted by this optimism, and we will observe a higher stock index returns. However, this paper does not imply that investors can pick up their trading strategy based on local weather. But as we explained before, you can benefit from behavioral finance. So what can you get from this paper? Investors can benefit from knowing their mood to avoid some mood-based errors in their trades. And this brings the video to the end. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them below and I will reply them as soon as possible. See you in the next video. Bye. I'm back. If you like it, please thumb up and follow the channel. Cheers.